Hi, I'm Phillip Reich. I'm the voice of Giorno Giovanna, and I'm here with Anime Impulse. I always wanted to be an actor as a kid. I think a lot of people, once they start getting older, is like, how am I ever gonna make it as an actor? That can't happen. There's too many people out there. So I went to film school and studied film editing. And it was there at film school that I was like, well, my friends need actors for their little short films, so hey, can I do it? I got to do a couple like VOs for my friend's student films. It was so great that I just reached out to other actors like, hey, this voiceover thing, like how does one get into that, like as a career? And they pretty much just pointed me in the direction of, okay, here's some places to take classes, and I started there, and it's been a blast, and I haven't looked back ever since. Oh boy. So, preparing for Giorno's MUDAs. That's been an interesting one because you know it's coming. and to practice for that, all you're given is, at the time, before I even went into a session, it was like, okay, all I could do was watch the original Japanese and then just hear him going MUDA, MUDA, MUDA. So my practice was just saying MUDA over and over again and slowly picking up the pace and trying to go faster and sustain it. So it's like, you know, MUDA, 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 and you pick it up faster, faster, and faster. It's interesting enough, but you get to a point where, for some people, maybe the way their mouth works is different than mine, but also listening to the Japanese, I realized that if I put the emphasis on the da, I could go faster. So it became a MUDA, and the da became the sort of start, my downbeat for it, and damu, 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 damu became the faster way to do it. So it's been interesting. I'll practice that in the car, sometimes in the shower, and you just pick up the pace as much as you can and hope for the best on recording day. But I will say, I've done it a few times recording. It's been a ton of fun. I love it. That is the Everest that is looming in the distance for me, is the immensely long MUDA.
He's just standing there, menacingly!
I believe I'm ready for that, but it's still, we're a ways off from recording that one, so I'm practicing still every day. It's gonna be top notch when we get to it. I'm confident. Interestingly enough, gaming, obviously I'm a huge gamer, so I stream on Twitch and do that stuff, usually a lot of horror games on there. I like golfing. I go to the driving range a good amount. I have no idea what my handicap is or any of that stuff, but I like hitting the ball. It's a ton of fun. Theme parks, it's a weird hobby, but I got the season pass to Six Flags, and since I live so close to it, I go there all the time and just ride. I would say I'm torn between THRU, Goliath, and Twisted Colossus being my favorite ride over there. X2 used to be, but then it started getting a little loose and my head kind of gets a little shook from that one, so I lean towards THRU. It's just incredible, that flying feeling that you wish you could do. Yeah. So the strangest drink I've ever had to consume was a drink called the Rainbow Road. And if you know the reference, that's Mario Kart's Rainbow Road, the notoriously difficult track. And so Rainbow Road is this cocktail of like 7 different drinks, but because of the color and the density of each liquid, they naturally sort of separate into like the various colors. So it looks like a rainbow in your cup, and it's freaking delicious. It's so good. That's the bonus, is that both the strangest drink I've had is probably also the best drink I've ever had. So my quirky weapon of choice is gonna have to be the controller, because I think that would be amazing. You got the big controller, that one with the cable, you can swing that around, and that's a weapon in and of itself. Plus, I was inspired by the movie Surf Ninjas, and there's the kid in there who plays the Game Gear, and he like controls people in the real world, and I love that so much. And I really like the idea of being able to like, oh, suddenly you've got control of someone else. And that's how you win your fights, or you can make the environment do what you want to win your fights. I would say controller man. The funniest moment would probably be when I came in for Persona 5, because they didn't tell me what character I booked. They were just like, hey, we want you to come in for Persona 5. I was like, awesome, great. And I get there, And like, so, you're gonna play a dick. Oh, great, what's he like? Tell me more. And then I found out like, okay, you're Haru's fiance and you're a total asshole. Okay, let's have fun with this. So yeah, that was probably my funniest moment. I feel like that moment kind of has recurred a few times for me. Like when I first got the email saying I booked Giorno, was like, I gotta sit down, like, holy crap, this is the lead in a hugely popular series, like, that's heavy. Then the next time it was when I got in there for the first session and we started recording, it was like, I'm doing this, it's really happening. And then after the announcement and seeing all these people who are going wild for, all right, we're getting the dub, and then like even you guys asking me in here to do this interview, like, this is really happening, this is, wow, you know, I've been on this journey for, 4 to 5 years now of full-time voiceover, and it's incredible to like look back to those, 4 years ago and be like, I could never see myself being here. Like it seems so far off, and holy crap, here we are. Giorno, it's you, baby. Which of the Bucci Gang's outfits would I want to wear? I'm trying to picture all of them right now. Let's see. If I had the six-pack, I would pick Mista, but I don't want to show off the midriff like that. So I'm gonna have to lean towards, I feel like Fugo had a pretty nice outfit. I think Fugo's outfit is the one I could probably pull off the best. It looks comfortable. I know some people might think it looks whatever because of all the holes in it. I think the holes are nice, keeps you cool when it's hot out. So, and that sleek tie, I gotta go with Fugo. My personal stand, oh geez, my personal stand. So I could say for my Twitch followers, they would say that my personal stand would be, it'd be called DK, which is short for Drift King, because I always shout that in video games when I'm driving a car and then I crash it into stuff. So my stand would be crashing a car into my enemies. So yeah, DK, Drift King, that'd be my stand. Oh, the ending song for JoJo's so perfect with Freaking You. I don't know how I could top that. The ending song I would choose for JoJo Part 5 would be Gangsta's Paradise. Enough said. The funniest or strangest voice direction I've been given so far, I feel like that's gotta be when I was voicing Yuya Fungami from the previous season. And for any of you who've watched it, know some of his stellar lines about ass sweat and smelling girls on their period. So yeah, delivering those lines and getting like, I needed to be just that hair slimier, just a little bit more slimy, and like, oh, I feel gross, okay, here we go.
If my nose is correct, one of you beauties is on your period. I'm right, aren't I? Who is it? So it's you, Yoshi.
My gosh, I didn't know what I was walking into when I got into those sessions, and we like get to those lines like, yes, I can smell you on your period, and like, Tony, what? What is this? Giorno's just like more reserved, more quiet. Funnily enough, like Yuya too had this, this sense of like honor and a sense of responsibility, in where he even said like, I wouldn't let this happen to my girls, so I gotta go, go after Josuke and save him. And Giorno's even greater in that regard, that he's bothered by, the drugs that are running rampant around the city, and he wants to change, the mafia for the better, that this isn't right, these kids dying from drugs and families being torn apart. So it's nice to be able to jump into that and really feel that sense of duty and a sense of justice that Giorno feels, and it's been great playing that. And it's interesting trying to keep that reservation in there, that he's such, not what you quite expect from so many anime protagonists we've seen, where some of them are just so out there and so big and larger than life, and Giorno's a lot more down to earth than so many of those. So it's been fantastic getting to play as him. Ooh, okay, so my favorite anime is JoJo Part 5, because I binged that one when I found out I booked the role, and I'm so glad I did, because it's actually a fantastic show and a fantastic season within the show. So that, Goblin Slayer, I really enjoyed that one. Death Note, I just watched that for the first time this year, and it's freaking awesome. And then I have to go old school for my own sake. One of the ones that got me into anime way back when, Trigun. Huge fan of Trigun. I know some people don't like it as much. I love Gundam Wing and Samurai Champloo. Those are the ones that come to mind as top tier anime, for me personally. My favorite pasta is angel hair. Angel hair noodles are my favorite. So angel hair pasta and lasagna. I have to put those on equal footing. I go nuts for lasagna. All right, so the JoJo pose I've learned from Giorno himself. All right, team, look away, you kids. But probably shouldn't bite the lower lip. Voice acting is this amazing experience that I've had. It's this wonderful opportunity to get to jump into these worlds and into these lives of these characters and really experience other ways of thinking and thoughts and other viewpoints, and getting to creatively tell these super interesting, whether they're funny and quirky or deeply dramatic stories. And it's a blast. I love everything about it, and I wouldn't give it up for anything. It's amazing, it's incredible. Thank you guys so much for checking out my interview. You can find me on all these places, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. I, Phillip Reich, have a dream that I will see you in the Twitterverse with your fan art and awesome comments. So until next time.